Rising! Welcome here to Soul Passages Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Georgia Dempsey, and I'm so thrilled to have you come by for a visit. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience lately. We did an amazing cross-country trek. We moved to Utah. I missed the May videos. We were absolutely up to our eyeballs in boxes. I tried, but it just wasn't going to happen. Anyhow, also Mars retrograde, remember that. I'm set up now. I've got my angel room. I'm in a place I feel spiritually connected to. Anyhow, thank you so much for your patience, and thank you for joining me for your June video. And I know this month is really important for you, Virgo Rising, because June is all about restructuring yourself from the ground up. And it starts with the Grand Cross that's going to be stretching everybody thin as early June hits, and that includes you. Now, by June 2nd, you should begin to feel kind of the push-pull of this planetary alignment. Saturn, your taskmaster planet, who is now touring Sagittarius in your 4th house, will be opposing a Sun-Venus connection located in your 10th house of career. Laying at a 90-degree angle to this axis, thus forming the cross, you also have Jupiter in the north node of the moon in Virgo in your 1st house, opposing Neptune, Chiron, and the south node, all swimming through the Piscean waters of your 7th. So what does all of this actually mean in your life? That's what you really want to know. Your 1st house, Jupiter, wants to confer blessings on you by encouraging you to work on self-development and improvement. How can you build self-confidence in yourself while bettering your work-related skills, outward projection, and schedules? Since the 1st house rules the body as well as outward expression, focus on alternative health methods to heal and be discerning and truthful regarding your communications with others. With a 1st to 7th house polarity, you have much to learn from the relationships in your life. In fact, this is an area where you really stand to grow the most. Use your relationships as a looking glass. What do you see? Use what you learn for fuel as your development program. Though there can be a tendency to feel wounded and or victimized by partnerships right now, don't get mired in that cement. Improve how you interact with others and see what that does for your closest associations. Now, laying at a 90-degree angle to this axis, you have Saturn in Sagittarius in the 4th house, opposing a Sun-Venus Vesta connection in Gemini, all located in your career sector. So overlay the two patterns, and this forms the cross in your life that you are now bearing. Jupiter does want to confer blessings on you through better health, establishing a happier life path, and by encouraging you to learn from your relationships. However, the very fact that there is a cross in the sky indicates that you will face some challenges in June. For many of you, those challenges are stemming from your 4th house Saturn in Sagittarius. Responsibilities at home are opposing your busy career sector, which is also demanding a lot of focus right now. You're also being tasked with forming a stronger mental, psychological foundation for yourself. With Saturn in the 4th, old family issues can resurface, and you must ask yourself if those old scripts implanted by your parents are still serving you well. Do you have knee-jerk reactions or ways of handling things that are counterproductive? What can you change to become more confident in yourself? These are important questions because the 4th house has much to do with your emotional well-being, how you were raised, and whether or not you feel rooted at home, possibly even within your own body. How has your upbringing colored the way you see the world? Maybe it's time to restructure from the inside out so you can be the person you want to be in the world. Developing yourself, that's Jupiter in the 1st, should help with this restructuring process. Now, to complicate matters further right now, there's also a lot of pressure on your 7th house. With Chiron, Neptune, and the south node there, you're likely feeling displeased with the partnerships in your life. But if you're busy blaming everyone else, you're missing a golden opportunity for growth. Really examine your partnerships to learn what is working and what is not. Some of the stuff surely belongs to other people, but is it possible that the remainder belongs to you? What can you do to improve the quality of the relationships in your life? How can you restructure your belief system and emotional base so that you can see things differently and act from a point of confidence and truthfulness? If you always expect betrayal, well then, you will be betrayed. If the problems are always out there with others, you are missing the opportunity to grow. If old scripts are running your life and undermining your confidence and your partnerships, what toll is that taking on you, your family, and those you're closest to? These are some of the questions that pop into my mind when I see this configuration, and it behooves you to solve the riddle, for it is the strength of your fourth house that allows you to effectively give to the world via your career. The stronger and more confident you are on the inside, the more you can share with others. If you wall yourself off from the world out of fear of being hurt, you will find yourself wallowing in one very lonely prison. This lack of self-confidence can erode and or dissolve some of your closest partnerships. This will surely become an issue on the 17th as Saturn squares off with your 7th house Jupiter. When Neptune retrogrades on the 13th, old issues regarding lovers, close friends, and business partners may resurface. Do you keep looking to others to find redemption? Do you judge your own worth by how your partnerships are going? A better answer would be to find inner strength and an understanding of who you really are. A magnificent soul on a very long journey of learning and evolution. So grow. Since the Sun, Venus, Vesta connection are all opposing your fourth house Saturn, your emotional well-being will have an impact on your work. And right now, the universe does want you to shine in this regard. Finding balance between home life and career will prove to be a challenge, however. Just remember, the stronger you are in yourself, the more you can give to the world. Do be careful, however, not to bite off too much. With a square between your 10th house planets and Jupiter in the first, there can be a tendency to take on too much. Since so many things are vying for your attention right now, don't overpromise things you can't deliver. By the 20th of the month, you should have a full picture of where you're standing on the home front or emotionally, for a full moon in Sagittarius will be firing up that fourth house. Often during full moons, emotions run high, but whatever comes to the forefront at this time, it is happening so that you can see things more clearly and understand where you stand. This could be shedding a light on your emotional health or possibly a family matter that needs tending to. You could also be feeling the split between work and home more keenly. This is a great period to spend time with friends and family to talk over your dreams. For on the 20th, your Sun and Venus will be entering your 11th house in Cancer. So call up a pal and share your heartfelt feelings. If you do this over a great plate of food, all the better. A lovely gift from the universe could land in your lap on the 26th, for at that time your Capricorn Pluto will be beaming a bright ray of light towards your first house Jupiter. Maybe your children are expressing how much they appreciate you right now, or perhaps you are using your creative voice to enhance your outward expression with the world. Somehow you're in the spotlight on this day, and it should feel great. Hold on to that feeling, Virgo Rising, and remember, you are worthy and deserving of being appreciated. On the 27th, Chiron will go retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships. You could find yourself mulling over old wounds regarding business associates, lovers, close friends, and the like. Rather than churning up old hurts, why not try to talk things out so you can understand things better? You could feel better for having the discussion, and you might learn something important in the process. If you choose to have this discussion, just be careful how you express yourself. Mars will be moving direct on the 29th in your 3rd house of communications. Here, the god of war and passion can have a stinger, especially since he's in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpions pack a wallop of poison in their tails, so be mindful of not unleashing this onto someone else. That same Scorpio energy can also help you to get to the bottom of things while learning about another person's motivations. For you, Virgo Rising, June is all about restructuring yourself from the ground level up. Who are you on the inside? How do you project yourself out onto the world? Build confidence in yourself and root out old scripts that are no longer serving you well. Do this and you'll not only improve your relationships, but your outward standing in the world as well. All right, I thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful June. I appreciate all your supports, your Google Pluses, your likes, your sharing, all of that. You guys totally rock. Thank you ever so much, and namaste.